6.2. Question number 1. In each of the examples given below, a pair of triangles is shown. Equal parts of triangles in each pair are marked with the same signs. Observe the figures and state the test by which the triangles in each pair are congruent. Now coming to the first question. We are having two triangles ABC and PQR. If three sides of a triangle are congruent with three corresponding sides of the other triangle, then the two triangles are congruent by SSS test. Here, the three sides of triangle ABC are congruent with the three corresponding sides of triangle PQR. Then the two triangles are congruent by SSS test. According to the SSS test, we have if three sides of a triangle are congruent with three corresponding sides of the other triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. So we can fill in the blanks by SSS test. Now coming to the next one, second one. Here we have two triangles, triangle XYZ and triangle LMN. If two sides and the included angle of a triangle are congruent with two corresponding sides and the included angle of the other triangle, then the triangles are congruent with each other by SAS test. Here, in triangle XYZ and in triangle LMN, you can see the sides XY and YZ, the two sides of triangle XYZ, XY and YZ, and the included angle of the triangle, angle Y, are congruent with two corresponding sides, that is in triangle LMN, the corresponding sides are LM and MN, and the included angle is angle M of triangle LMN. Then the triangles are congruent with each other. Then triangle XYZ is congruent with triangle LMN. If two sides, the angle is in between the two sides, so the angle is called the included angle of the triangle. So if two sides and the included angle of a triangle are congruent with two corresponding sides and the included angle of the other triangle, then the triangles are congruent with each other. The included angle in the first triangle is angle Y. It is otherwise angle XYZ. The included angle of the second triangle is angle LMN. They are also congruent. And the corresponding sides, side XY is congruent to side LM and side YZ is congruent to side MN. If two sides and the included angle of a triangle are congruent with two corresponding sides and the included angle of the other triangle, then the triangles are congruent with each other. So here, triangle XYZ is congruent to triangle LMN by SAS test, side angle side test. Angle is the included angle between the two sides. So we write S A S test. Now coming to the third one. If two angles of a triangle and a side included by them are congruent with two corresponding angles and the side included by them of the other triangle, then the triangles are congruent with each other by ASA test. if two angles of a triangle and a side included by them are congruent with two corresponding angles and the side included by them of the other triangle, then the triangles are congruent with each other. You can see in triangle PQR, angle P is congruent to angle S, angle R is congruent to angle T because equal markings is given there, and PR is the included side between the two angles and TS is the side which is included between the two angles, the second triangle. So now if two angles of a triangle and a side included by them are congruent with the corresponding angles and the side included by them of the other triangle, then the triangles are congruent with each other by ASA test, angle side angle test. So here triangle PRQ is congruent to triangle STU by ASA test. You write ASA test. Now coming to the fourth one. You can see the right angles in these two triangles. Each is of measure 90 degrees. The measure of angle M is 90 degrees in the first triangle, triangle LMN, and in triangle PTR, measure of angle T is equal to 90 degrees. Here, according to these two triangles, we can see vertex L corresponds to vertex P because these two right angles are there, no? So, vertex M corresponds to vertex T, vertex L corresponds to vertex P, and vertex N corresponds to vertex R. Now, these two triangles are congruent by hypotenuse side test. Why? Because if the hypotenuse and a side of a right angle triangle are congruent with the hypotenuse and the corresponding side of the other right angle triangle, then the two triangles are congruent with each other by hypotenuse side test. So, if the hypotenuse and the side of a right angle triangle are congruent with the hypotenuse and the corresponding side of the other right angle triangle, then the two triangles are congruent with each other by hypotenuse side test. So here look at the first triangle. You have hypotenuse LN. In the second triangle you have hypotenuse PR. LN and PR are congruent. Now here one side is the LM which is congruent to side PT, and according to the correspondence of the vertices, if you make this triangle to overlap with this triangle, then vertex L will correspond to vertex P, vertex M will correspond to vertex T, and vertex N will correspond to vertex R. So keeping that in mind, triangle LMN is congruent to triangle PQR by hypotenuse side test. Once again I am repeating, if the hypotenuse and the side of a right angle triangle are congruent with the hypotenuse and the corresponding side of the other right angle triangle, then the two triangles are congruent with each other. Here, LN is the hypotenuse of the first triangle. If the hypotenuse and the side LM are congruent with the hypotenuse of the second triangle and one side, see, hypotenuse is PR and LN is congruent to PR. So the hypotenuse and a side of a right angle triangle are congruent with the hypotenuse and the corresponding side of the other right angle triangle. The corresponding side of the other right angle triangle is PT. Then the two triangles are congruent with each other by hypotenuse side test. So here you have to write triangle LMN is congruent to triangle PTR by hypotenuse side test. By hypotenuse side test. I think you would have understood all this. Now, coming to the next question. Now question number 2. Observe the information shown in pairs of triangles given below. State the test by which the two triangles are congruent. Write the remaining congruent parts of the triangles. Now look at figure 3.20. See the first question. Once again I am reading the question. Listen. Observe the information shown in pairs of triangles given below. State the test by which the two triangles are congruent. Write the remaining congruent parts of the triangles. Here we have to state the test by which the two triangles are congruent, and another question is also asked. You have to write the remaining congruent parts of the triangles. So there are two questions over here. Now look at the figure. We have triangle ABC and triangle PQR. From the information shown in the figure, in triangle ABC and triangle PQR, angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR. See the equal markings over the figure. Angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR. Segment BC is congruent to segment QR because length of BC is marked equal to length of QR. So segment BC is congruent to segment QR. Angle ACB is congruent to angle PRQ. You can see angle ACB congruent to angle PRQ. Now we have to state the test by which these two triangles are congruent. Therefore, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by which test? A box is put over there. We have to analyze now. If two angles of a triangle and a side included by them are congruent with two corresponding angles and the side included by them of the other triangle, then the triangles are congruent with each other. If two angles of a triangle and a side included by them are congruent with two corresponding angles and the side included by them of the other triangle, then the triangles are congruent with each other by ASA test. So here the side is an included side between the two angles in both the figures. You can apply ASA test. Once again I am repeating. If two angles of a triangle and a side included by them are congruent with two corresponding angles and the side included by them of the other triangle, then the triangles are congruent with each other by ASA test. So here we will get ASA test because angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR and angle ACB is congruent to angle PRQ, and the included side BC is congruent to the included side QR of the other triangle. Now hence we have triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by ASA test. So here you will write ASA test. Angle, side, angle, test. Now we have to write the remaining congruent parts of the triangles. You all know there are 6 congruent parts of the triangles if the two triangles are congruent. We have proved that the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. So now we have to find out the remaining congruent parts of the triangle. So now look at that previous statements. We have angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR. Angle ACB is congruent to angle PRQ. And one more angle is missing to be written. What is that? Angle BAC. So angle BAC will be congruent to which angle? We have to see the correspondence of the vertices. A corresponds to P, B corresponds to Q, and C corresponds to R. Accordingly, you have to write the name of the angle. B corresponds to Q, A corresponds to P, and C corresponds to R. So now the corresponding angle of the congruent triangle will be QPR. Angle QPR. So write angle QPR. Now segment BC is congruent to segment QR is given in the figure. Now we have to see the correspondence of the vertices and tell the remaining segments which are congruent to the corresponding segments. Now if you take segment AB will correspond to segment PQ and they are also congruent because these two triangles are congruent. We have already proved. So now segment AB is congruent to segment PQ because the vertex A corresponds to P and B corresponds to Q. We have to see that correspondence of the vertices as well as look at the figure and say the side which is congruent to the corresponding side. Now segment AB will be congruent to the corresponding side PQ of the other triangle. So here you will write segment AB is congruent to segment PQ. Now coming to the next one. Now you are given on the right hand side segment PR. So for the second triangle, the side is given as segment PR. So the corresponding side of the first triangle you have to see. You know A corresponds to P and C corresponds to R. These are the correspondence of the vertices. So you will get segment AC here. Segment AC is congruent to segment PR. Now, coming to the, and here you have to see the reason written for angles you are writing. For the remaining congruent parts of the triangles, you have to write the reason also. Here for the angles, remaining congruent parts, which are angles, we are writing corresponding angles of congruent triangles. In short, you can write CACT in small letters. CACT. And for the corresponding sides of congruent triangles, we are writing CSCT as short form and in small letters. Now coming to the next one. Second question. Here also you can see two triangles and you can see two intersecting lines. We have learned a theorem, vertically opposite angle theorem we have learned. When two lines are intersecting each other at one point, then we have the vertically opposite angles to be congruent. So here PTQ will be, the angle PTQ will be congruent to angle STR. And here because the correspondence of the vertices is given like this, P corresponds to S, T corresponds to T and Q corresponds to R. So you have to do accordingly. See, if you cut this triangle and place over the second triangle, the vertex P will fit over vertex S because these two are given to be congruent. PT is congruent to TS and QT is congruent to TR. So segment PT will fit over segment ST. P will fit over S and Q will fit over R. When you are cutting these two triangles and overlapping them, then the vertex P will fall over S, T will fall over T only and Q will fall over R. So here the correspondence of the vertices will be vertex P corresponds to vertex S, T corresponds to T and Q corresponds to R. So now the correspondence of the vertices will be PTQ corresponds to STR. So here we have to be very careful when you are writing. Here segment PT is congruent to segment ST. Angle PTQ is congruent to angle STR because they are vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles are congruent. Segment TQ is congruent to segment TR. All these things are given in the figure. Now we have to tell by which test these two triangles are congruent. These two triangles are congruent by SAS test because the angle becomes the included, the vertically opposite angles become the included angles between the two sides of the triangles. So now, if two sides and the included angle of a triangle are congruent with two corresponding sides and the included angle of the other triangle, then the triangles are congruent with each other by SAS test. If two sides and the included angle of a triangle are congruent with two corresponding sides and the included angle of the other triangle, then the triangles are congruent with each other. So now here you have to write by SAS test. Now we have to write the remaining congruent parts of the triangle. Three congruent parts are already written. Now the remaining congruent parts have to be written, the remaining three congruent parts of the triangles. And the corresponding angles of the congruent triangles first we can see. Now because of vertically opposite angles we have taken only one pair. So there will be two pairs as remaining angles of congruent triangles. Now according to the corresponding vertices, that is the correspondence of the vertices only we have to write. So you have to be very careful. T corresponds to T only, P corresponds to S, and Q corresponds to R. So now angle TPQ is congruent to angle TSR, because T corresponds to T, P corresponds to S, and Q corresponds to R. So angle TPQ is congruent to angle TSR. This will be the corresponding angles of congruent triangles. So CA, CT we had to write. Now one more pair is there which are congruent. One more pair of angles. Here this for the second triangle it is given now TRS. You know T corresponds to T only. R corresponds to Q and S corresponds to P. So this angle will be angle TQP. Now coming to the next one. Here we have already written the congruence for the sides. Segment PT is congruent to segment ST and segment TQ is congruent to segment TR is already written. Now what is left out? In the first triangle we have PT, TQ, then PQ is left out. So we will write for segment PQ. So corresponding sides of congruent triangles. Segment PQ is congruent to segment SR because P corresponds to S and Q corresponds to R. So segment PQ will be congruent to segment SR.